but these last two topics, I think this is going to be uh, forwarded to you in the Moodle. No. Growth and development. As far as the picture is concerned, which of these would depict growth and which would depict development? Is it A or is it B for growth? What do you think? Di ba B on growth? What's the difference between the two? Growth and versus that of development. Well, the slide depicts growth for A and B for development. But what is important to this thing to understand is when we speak of growth, we usually speak of things that we can measure. That's why this is represented by the vertical measurement of height. Whereas development is a process that you undergo from, let's say, a very, very basic function to a more complex function. But together with that development, you do not start with a mature function agad-agad. So that's why I'm saying there is a process to it. We were not born to stand and run right after birth. Unlike in the animal kingdom, pagka panganak nila, a few minutes after, they can stand and walk. But for humans, hindi. So development entails an increase in complexity of function. So here, depicted, the baby probably, say, siyempre, naka-prone lang lagi yan. But after a few months, they will be able to sit and then crawl, stand up, walk, probably run, then skip, and all that. And the standing, the running, the skipping, these are complex motor functions. You get a 1-year-old, hindi siya pwedeng, makakatayo siya probably, and probably even walk, but to skip on one foot would be impossible for them. So there is an increase in complexity. Now, this probably you've already learned during your basic pediatrics as an index of chronic malnutrition. So as far as the growth parameters are concerned, what would that index be? It's usually the length or the height. Why is that so? Bakit hindi weight? Kasi chronic, chronic ang pinag-uusapan natin. That means it would entail a long period of time before it is affected. Kaya parang pag na-affect siya, months and even years have passed before that would be affected. And that would be your length or height. Versus that of weight. Pagka reliable index of acute malnutrition, then that would be, we would be talking about the weight of your patient. Okay. Acute malnutrition can happen in a few days. Let's say a baby who has severe diarrhea would not be taking in any nutrient because of the diarrhea. And you have acute malnutrition during that time. And during the time of that episode of diarrhea that can run from, say, 3 to 5 days or even a week, the weight of the child would decrease measurably. So that would be a sign or an index of acute malnutrition. So mas mabilis na apektuhan ang weight versus that of your length or height. That's why when we have a patient or somebody that we're taking care of, and by plotting all these growth parameters, we noted that there is stunting, so that means there is slow progress of length or height, then we are talking about something that is chronic already. So these are the growth parameters that we usually would measure as we take care of our pediatric patients. The weight, the length, height. Hanggang kailan nga ba tayo kumukuha ng length? And from then on, we measure the height of the patient up to 2 years old. So up to 2 years old, it would be the length, and after that, it would already be the height measurement. Then the head circumference, usually this is measured, especially during the first 6 to 12 months of life. Thereafter, if there is only an indication for it. The weight for length and your BMI, your body mass index, which is a very good parameter to monitor for fat deposition or your obesity. So there are different instruments or tools that we can make use of. So infantometer, stadiometer to measure the height of your patient. So when we measure the height, there are also some things that we need to observe in measuring the height. If you stand a child against a vertical wall, you have to make sure that the occiput would touch it, the shoulders would touch it, and the heel. So there are 3 points that you need to more or less see if this is being done by your patient, because any change from that can affect the height measurement of your patient. And when you measure the height, generally adults would be taller than our pediatric patients, no? But not in all cases. Kahit na adult tayo, there would be adolescents who are taller than us. So when we measure, we would usually go at the level of the top of the measuring tool. So in this case, yung number 3 that is pointed, your eye should be at the level when you measure. Because if you measure from above, there is a tangential line that will give you an error. The same is also true if you are measuring from below. But pataas naman, you can overestimate naman the height of your patient. So you go and put your patient at your eye level, or you go to make a process or procedure to make yourselves at the eye level of the height measurement. Part of the assessment for growth disturbance is to plot the growth curve of your patient as you follow them up. And you also would like to know the predictive, the mid-parental height, which would be the projected height of the patient. Even if they are 2 or 3 years old, the mid-parental height would be a projection of their adult height already by about, say, 18 years old and so. So this is measured based on this formula. Again, I think this was already introduced during your basic pediatrics. What's the 13? Bakit may 13 dyan? Anong rationale ng 13 dito? Sa males, you add 13 centimeters. For females, you deduct 13 centimeters. This 13 represents the difference of the average height difference of a male and a female. So generally, males will be taller than females. And that difference is about 13. So the projected height would be at least the mid-parental height plus or minus 2 standard deviation. And this is pathologic if the difference is more than 10 centimeters plus or minus. Okay? So kung nakakompute ka ng mid-parental height and you have more than 10 centimeters or less than 10 centimeters of that projection, it may be a problem. So for example now, we have a patient, let's say this is 18 months. Nasaan na siya? This one. Tapat ko na yung laptop, di ko makita yung point. Nakikita niyo ba? So 18 months. So let's say mga 8 months to 9 months siya, or in between. And you have plotted the first height of your patient to be on the orange.